Yo, I'm building my own dream. All because y'all said I couldn't.
Two for the team, we getting off of the block. I see him aiming at me, tell him get off of my jock. I'm gon' black out, I'm gon' black out, I'm gon' black out. Give me my ish, I'm back now.
Welcome to another edition of How to Build.
Yeah.
The How to Build Your Own Dreams podcast.
Yeah.
This
We
is
back.
season 2, correct?
Possibly.
Potentially
I don't know.
season 2, but it's the top of the year. It's January. Well, it's not. It's February. Oh, snap.
Dang.
It's the
Time is
first week of
flying.
February.
But it's 2023. You know what I'm saying?
It's Black History Month, so we technically just started the year.
Right, yeah. This is our first recording of the year. Took a little break. But we back out here. We currently in Los Angeles. It's Grammy week. You know what I'm saying?
Let's pause real quick. We're in LA for Grammy week.
That's crazy.
Brandon,
That's crazy.
this has been something that I've dreamed of since I knew what Grammy week was. You know, like a lot of people are like, I want Grammys, but then once you kind of like get into the industry and you see like Grammy week is a whole thing that you need to be at, to network, to meet people, to talk. I've always been like, man, I want to go to Grammy week. And literally at the end of last year, I was like, it would be tight if we went to Grammy week, but I didn't think too much of it.
Right.
And then
We had a meeting.
I feel like it was November. I was like, dang, it would be cool to go to Grammy week.
Yeah. But we didn't decide to December when we had a meeting.
Yes, right. It was
Literally
Christmas
like
Eve.
2-3 weeks ago. Oh, well, it's February. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, I
Dang.
know. Christmas
Like
Eve.
a month ago, yeah.
Christmas Eve, we had a call.
It was
with
Christmas
It was
Eve.
Christmas
Yo.
Eve. Because the only reason I know is because I would have never got on the phone on Christmas Eve.
Right.
But because of who was willing to get on the phone with us, and
Facts.
they were taking their Christmas Eve to speak to us, I was like, yeah, we got to get on the phone.
Got to.
Yeah, and we got invited out, and I was like, oh, no, we're not going to be out there. We'll be out there the following week because we have an event next week. And then after we got off the phone, you called me. You were like, E.
Hey, should we go? Like, yo.
should we go to LA? And I was like, oh, wait, you're actually thinking about it? Because we had just done the finances, and I kind of knew where we were financially. And you were like, we should go. We got invited. What are the odds of us
Right.
not
Facts.
only just like, because we don't have an artist nominated, nothing, not yet. Like next year we will.
Next year. Stay
But
tuned.
yeah, it's incredible that we're here. And I just want to
Facts.
reference that. We're at Grammy week. We've been here 3 days. This is our third day here.
Yep.
We leave tomorrow morning, but it's already been so productive and so beneficial.
So let's just take a minute. I mean, I just want to jump right in and like, let's celebrate where we at. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you can move so fast and you can kind of lose track of like all the wins you making. You know what I'm saying? Because being an entrepreneur, specifically in the music industry, it's tough. We go
We
through
were
a
just talking
lot
about
of
that yesterday.
obstacles. You know what I'm saying?
It's almost impossible to make it as an entrepreneur in the music industry.
Facts. It's super tough. But in reality, we doing well. You know what I'm saying? This our third year as a company, or going into our third year. And we got a lot to celebrate. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, let's start naming some of those things.
Like, I just want to reiterate again that we in Grammy week.
Grammy week.
We had some dope meetings. You know what I'm saying? That's a celebration. Next week we dropping the first ever, at least that's what we calling it, the first
But it
ever
is.
R&B
R&B
mixtape.
mixtape on Web3.
With shout out the platform Even. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Mag and Jake. So yeah, we dropping a
Shout out our artist.
fact. Oh yeah, most definitely.
Shout out Xavier Omar,
Yes,
our
most
artist,
definitely.
who's dropping the R&B mixtape.
Yeah.
We're really excited about it.
So we
Loveland
super
tapes.
excited, and we just. I mean, we don't know how it's gonna do, but we just celebrate.
It's gonna
you know what I'm
do
saying?
incredibly, but just the fact that we're already the fact that we're innovating and
Right.
able to continually evolve as a company and as marketers and as a management firm, just all of the things, I think that's worth celebrating. But then also the partnerships we're able to broker. Like Even is currently still invite only.
Yeah.
It's famous currently because of La Russell. They reached out Even because
I'm
they're
about to
fans.
say, and this came about in December too.
Facts. Like literally, we bought La Russell's tape in November. He posted about it.
Yeah, because we was talking about it when Xavier was in Austin.
Yeah. So
for Afrotech.
at Afrotech.
Yeah.
So La Russell posted about it, and I saw that probably like 2 a.m. and I sent it to Brandon on Instagram. I'm like, yo, you gotta buy this project. And we were so immediately I bought it and I'm looking through, I'm one of the first people to buy it, so I get the actual CD, and I'm like, this is a really tight platform. the next week, we're in Austin for Afrotech.
Yeah.
We're telling Xavier about the platform and about what La Russell did, because he's kind of like chronicling everything. He's like,
Right.
yo, this is
Yeah.
how much I sold. This is where I'm at. Boom, boom, boom. And we're like, this man made $100,000 in a week. Like, we were like
Crazy.
losing our minds. Okay, December hits. Mag reaches out like, hey, I'm a fan of Xavier, would love to talk. But at this point, I'm like on my hiatus because I was just not in a good place. He follows up 3 days later, like, hey, would love to talk. And I'm like, all right, sure. Like, let's talk after the top of the year.
Facts.
And he was like, are you available tomorrow or Thursday? And I was like, I guess we can talk tomorrow, right? But then I get on the phone with him. He's so cool, and I can tell he really cares about the artist. So long story short, we are now working with Even to release this album, but we're also producing their first ever, co-producing their first ever event, like in-person event.
Yeah.
In LA next week, which is why we would have been here anyways.
Right.
And that's for Xavier, the release of the tape we're celebrating. But the pop-up is a flower shop in at Plant Chica, and it's called You're So Beautiful.
Right.
Oh, I probably shouldn't have said where.
That's cool. It's
It'll
gonna
be
drop
after.
after.
Yeah, because it's in
Yeah.
people aren't getting the address unless they buy the project on Even. But we're really excited. Y'all are gonna see footage from that. We're definitely gonna be posting that. But it's just a incredible week. Like, Xavier is somebody I've been a fan of his whole career, really, and now we manage him. We're his team, not just manage. We're his whole agency right now,
Yep.
booking everything, creative strategy. We're in LA for Grammy Week, planning on being back with him next year for Grammy Week for his nomination. We have just onboarded a new social media manager,
Yep.
new operations manager,
Yep.
new admin assistant.
Yeah.
You know, like, the team is
We
growing.
moving.
We're thriving.
So yeah, celebrating just the team, celebrating us as a company going into the third year.
Yeah, we survived. And not only
yeah.
survived, we thrived. We're 3 years in. That's amazing.
Facts. And it's not even about like, oh, we made this amount of money. You know what I'm saying?
We're still
not
working on that.
We not where we want to be monetarily, but that doesn't, like, because I've been discouraged a little bit too off and on, because like, as an entrepreneur, as a founder, it's like, man, I want to just make sure that we producing how we need to produce for our team. So I always struggle with that, like, yo, man, we got to get to this money. But at the end of the day, it's not always about the money, yo. We a 3-year-old company. We a startup. Most companies not profitable to at least, 5-10 years in. But again, we blessed. We got a wonderful team. We got some dope projects we working on. South by coming up. Hopefully we got a few things going for that. And just really reflecting on last year too. Last year was...
Shout out to our artist, Caleb Mitchell. Had an incredible year last year. Steady developing him.
He's dropping something crazy.
Yeah, he's got a lot of heat
Crazy
coming out.
this year.
Shout out to Portia Love. We signed her towards the end of the year. Really encouraged by her. She's a makeup queen, holy girl rapper. She's just killing it.
She just dropped a single
called
last
Gumbo.
week.
Yep.
It's doing well. So just, man, we just want to encourage y'all to, like, as a creative, as entrepreneur, as just a person, like, celebrating your wins. Like, there's no win too small to celebrate.
And celebrating cultivates gratitude. I think a lot of times people get down because they're like, oh, I just want this and this and this and this to happen. I think the only reason that I've been able to stay in the music industry this long is because I get excited about all the little things. Mm-hmm. So then when people are like, oh, y'all are still doing that? Oh, y'all not really making any money. Our parents are still like, you're so smart. You could be making so much more money. I'm like, yeah, but I own this, Mom. like I own this. And when it hit, it's going to hit. It's going to be way better than working for somebody else for all this time. But that gratitude that's produced in the understanding that we not only are pursuing our dreams, but we're creating and building our dreams and allowing and teaching other people how to do that. Like, I'm so grateful for that. If I look at our day-to-day life, again, like, our job today was to wake up, to record this. Yep. And then we're going to a radio party tonight. Shout out to the team at radio, Benoni, Issa, all them invited us out to a party tonight. Like, that's unreal. You know what I'm saying? Like, that we are at a place where our heroes are inviting us to their parties and their events, and they know us by name. Now, Issa don't know me by name yet.
Yeah.
But But her CEO and a lot of the team do. We communicate regularly. We have projects that are in the works, and that's indescribable, really.
Facts,
and truly. Even the places we were at last night. Shout out to the Digilog. We pulled up there and knew hella people in the room. Everybody's like, yo, what's up? It's like to be in the music industry and not only have survived this long, but then to have the credibility and the relationships where people are excited to see you when you walk in the room. Like, you're from Shreveport. You live in Austin. I'm from Atlanta. I live in Atlanta. And we out here in LA. There's people literally from all over the world, excited for us to be here. We're still trying to figure out meetings because we have so many people trying to meet with us.
Right.
It's a blessing for real. And it didn't start this big, but even when it was super tiny, you know what I'm saying? I remember us getting hyped when we got our first 100 Instagram followers.
We was lit.
And right now, as of this morning, we have 200 downloads on our podcast.
That's enough. Let's celebrate that.
200 downloads. There's
Come on
200
now.
people downloaded. That's not even listened to it. There's 200 people who were like, we want to take this with us. You know?
So
that's so exciting.
Shout out to everybody who downloaded this joint, who been tuning in. We appreciate y'all. But yeah, that's a celebration. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like in this social media era that we in, it's like our brain get trained to only celebrate the big wins. Because on social media you see a lot. I made $100,000 this month, or all those videos where it's people teaching you to make $1 million in 6 months and stuff. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? But for us, it's I want to get better in the practice of just look, we made $1,000 this month. You know what I'm saying? Let's celebrate that.
I mean, we have to make more than that because our staff is too big.
I'm just saying,
But yes.
I'm saying as a creative, because I know a lot of people who listen is independent creatives, right? That's probably on the verge of going full time or they part time or whatever. But making $1,000 as a freelancer, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a win.
I remember the first time my band made $200, the band that I managed. And I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, we got booked for a show and we made $200.
Exactly.
Because we were doing all our own stuff, investing in this stuff, not making any money, right? And she literally looked at me and was like, Aaron, you can't live off of that. And I was like, but
that's
Mom,
what I'm saying.
If I can make $200 right now, you know what I'm saying? And the reason that I'm saying I can remember these things was because in my head, I'm like, if I can do this, if people have no idea who the band is that I manage and who I am, we have figured out how to get booked for $200. All we have to do is keep going.
Facts.
Truth of the matter is, none of the artists, most of the previous artists that I worked with never kept going. Mm-hmm. But now here we are. We kept going. The trend is continuing, and we're at Grammy week. What?
Right. And then again, it's the perspective of if you're not owning a Lamborghini, you're not successful. That's why I'm saying it's that's not true. If your car paid off, if you paying your car note that month, celebrate that, yo. Even if you struggling, but you doing better than last month, celebrate that.
I paid for some groceries off of music money.
You know what I'm saying?
Or I bought myself a pair of shoes off of entrepreneur money. That's different. That is actually the dream. It's where you figured out how to turn what you're passionate about into a stream of income.
Right. Don't let social media determine what success looks like for you. Celebrate, set your metrics, set your goals, and if you reaching those goals, even if it's like you said, I just bought a pair of shoes off entrepreneur money, celebrate that joint. Take yourself out to eat, yo. Pat yourself on the back, you know what I'm saying, and celebrate that.
My goal used to be able to pay for all my meals off of entrepreneur money.
It's step by step.
And now it's all my bills are paid.
Yep. Come on. Preach.
I get fresh.
You know what I'm saying? Look at the drip.
Not
Look
to
at
the
the
level
drip.
of VP Boom yet, but I can, there's simple metrics for me. I feel like I want to live a luxurious life, so I have decided to be somewhat of a minimalist. One, because I don't believe in consumerism, but two, because success for me looks like me going to therapy every week. Success for me looks like me getting a massage once a month. It looks like me getting my nails done every other week, and it's I get to do all of those things. I have a really comfortable bed. Like, I spend a ton of money on my bed. But I also live in a studio apartment in Atlanta, and I don't have a car. But to me, I'm so successful. Like, my parents all the time are like, why don't you buy a car? And I'm like, I live in the middle of the city. I can
Right.
walk everywhere. Marta's down the street. I take Lyft. Like, if I was still trying to fit into the mold of what my parents considered successful, I would be frustrated. And I really had to step back and disengage from that. So for me, it's like, yo, between two companies, we have 14 people working for us. And we have, 3 incredible artists with BYOD. And you know what I'm saying? Like, your son gets to see you all the time. You're not just like,
Right.
you're not out here hustling.
Right.
Whatever. It's like your son knows his father. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that to me is real wealth. Like, we love our lives and we love to work with the people that we're working with, and we enjoy each other. Like, there's nothing like having a good business partner, y'all. I've had so many business partners. To be aligned and to know that you're walking in your purpose with another person who respects you and is adding value, that's invaluable. Like, we couldn't have built this dream. Like, this is a God dream. We had to keep walking towards
This
it.
is a God's dream.
And then we collided with each other, and it's like it built itself because we believed that we could,
Come on now. So I think on top of celebrating yourself, right, I think also we need to make it more okay, right, or the new standard to be confident in yourself as well. Like, celebrate those wins and also like walk in that confidence of those wins. It's like a lot of times, people, if you kind of like talk about some wins, or people start looking at, oh, you gloating, or you know what I'm saying, you being arrogant, but it's not true. Like,
or even like, especially like me as a Black woman, I was preconditioned to be like my mom always is like, don't brag, be humble. So for like, I'm hitting 12 years in the industry this year. I'd say the first 11, 10 and a half, I wasn't really talking. Like, we'd occasionally post about stuff because social currency. But this year, I tweeted that like, top of this year, I'm going to be so loud about what we're doing.
Facts.
One, because it encourages people that if you are yourself, you can find your path and you can do what you really believe in. But two, because it encourages me to be like, wow, I'm really out here doing this. It's not arrogant to say we did what we did.
Right.
That's the crazy thing. It's like, we've been tricked into believing like, oh, we have to play small so that people don't feel like you're taking up too much space in the room. Like, how dare me not celebrate facts?
You know what I'm saying? My God is big. He made us great. So it's okay to walk in that greatness.
Not okay, it's necessary.
Come on now.
Because you're not even like walking into the fullness of your greatness until you embrace it fully. And you're like, wow, we're doing this. I'm grateful. Let's keep going.
Right, facts. And there's a way to do it. Like, it gets to a point where people do get arrogant, right? But it's like, for us, we going to be loud this year, but we still approachable. You can still talk to us. We doing this podcast. We're touchable, we reachable. It's not like, and we're not doing it from a point of we better than y'all.
Not at all.
This is what we did. We won, and we want to celebrate that and walk in that greatness. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you win a championship in the NBA, what they do for you?
You don't hide your ring.
You know what I'm saying? They going crazy. They popping balls in the locker room, and then a week or two later,
parades,
a whole parade.
The whole city changes all of their signage to say World Series champs. When the Braves won the World Series, the airport, everything was World Series champs. Atlanta. It's like the Astros won this year. All of Houston looks different. You know what I'm saying? It's like if people who have worked that hard to accomplish what they believed in accomplishing have the opportunity to celebrate, why aren't you? Because you've worked hard.
Come on now.
Why aren't we? Because we've worked hard and we're accomplishing exactly what we said we wanted to accomplish.
Right. So
even more.
Yeah. So we out here. We out here this year. We're on a different vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's a new season. We're embracing that season. What's
the season?
So this year, every year I have a word for myself. Of course, I think you have a word for yourself.
Yep.
And then I guess this year is our first time actually doing like
a word for the
word
team.
for the company.
Yeah.
But this is actually my personal. I don't know. I just started saying it, but it's actually just my personal and the goal, I guess the word for the company. But yeah, this is the year of increase for us, and we walking in that. We believing in that. It's not even just increase financially, but it's just an increase in community, an increase of the amount of creators we can send to therapy, increase the opportunities,
Wisdom,
you know what I'm
resources,
saying?
open doors,
Just increase all
patience,
around. And
godliness.
Even, come on now.
Like all of the things, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
yeah.
we even this year already. And I'm somebody who's scared to talk about patience because it's like, oh, if you pray for patience, God's gonna give it to you. But even right now, we're having to be really patient on some major things for our company. It's like stuff that's ours, rightfully, but we're like, and we've had to literally have conversations about like, okay, this is where we're at.
Right.
Like it's the year of increase and we've already seen it. We've landed a sink a week
Come on now.
since the top of the year.
It's just
What?
February. February what? Second,
A
third.
sink a week?
Yeah. That's
Like-
crazy.
The first sync was on Netflix
Yo.
as a trailer song.
Facts. And
Shout
that
out to
joint been
Portia Love and
crazy,
Wanda.
yo.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that joint was crazy.
Like,
just look at it. I got chills watching that joint.
It's amazing. Like, so that, okay, increase. We're at Grammy week. Okay, increase. Like, we have been talking about, we wish sponsors would just give us the bag and just run with us. And we have an event right now that we're planning that literally as the sponsor comes up with more ideas, they're just like, we'll pay for it. Let's do this. We'll pay for it. Let's do this. And it's
Right.
like, increase.
Yeah.
So it's just February and we're fully walking into this because VP Boone had the vision and started talking about it last year, and we have not gone a week without seeing it come to
Come
fruition.
on, increase. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's where we're at. So again, just want to encourage y'all. It's the top of the year. Keep going, y'all. Just keep going. If you got the vision, you know what I'm saying. You walking in your purpose, no matter what it is.
Build your own dream.
But come on, that's it. Build your own dreams. Keep going.
Keep going.
So yeah, we celebrating as of today 200 downloads. So continue, please sharing, liking, commenting. Let us know what y'all want to hear from us. Tell a friend or tell a friend. Buy some shirts from shopbrd.com.
Send a creative to therapy.
Come on.
And encourage yourself every time you see the shirt.
The new line coming soon, y'all. We working on a crazy collection. So yeah, tap in with us and we'll see y'all next time.
See you soon.
Peace.